Which form should you use in Saber Showdown? Quick spoiler, it depends on what type of player you are, but I will be covering everyone in this video, so after intense research I now present to you the best guide on forms that exists on YouTube. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe yet because I haven't earned it, so let's just jump straight into the video. So as you probably know, when you click on edit you will see this section called form here if you are using a compatible Saber. If you don't see this and if you just see nothing or some stats, that means you are using something where you can't change the form. But if you do see this, we will be starting with style 4, also known as the dark blue form. Now this form has low attack, high defense, and has the joint highest attack speed out of all of the forms. This means it is very useful for dueling against aggressive players, as you can wear them down with a strong defense, and then when they have lost a lot of their stamina, you can finish them off with a quick barrage of light attacks and emerge victorious from the fight. I always recommend this form to brand new players because you aren't likely to be skilled enough yet to win duels using some of the more advanced game mechanics, so your priority should be to get a solid start to the game, gain some decent dueling experience, and generally stay alive long enough to even have a chance of winning a fight. Okay then, moving on to the next one, which is style 1, also known as the yellow form. This has a higher attack and a lower defense than the dark blue form, but is still one of the more balanced styles in the game, as it doesn't go all out in one area. By that I mean it doesn't have a really high attack with a tiny defense or vice versa. This is why I normally recommend this form to users who have some good experience with the game, probably around 2000 kills or above. This is because you need to have some experience in conserving stamina in a duel, and once you have successfully mastered this you can afford to have an increased attack at the cost of a lowered defense. This is one of my personal favourites, it's at least in the top 2, so if you are a reasonably experienced dueler I would definitely suggest giving this a try if you haven't already, but stick with this video because this is possibly not the best form for everyone. Next up is style 7, or the red form. This goes all out on attack, sacrificing both defense and attack speed for an absolutely monstrous attack score. I realise that some inexperienced players might see that it has the highest attack and instantly assume that this is the best form in the game, but unfortunately they would be mistaken. The defense is so weak and the swings are so slow that anyone other than the very best players, this style is essentially a death wish. To put it in context, across all accounts I have over 10,000 kills in Saber Showdown and I still struggle to use this. It feels clunky, and if you're fighting somebody with a fast attacking saber like the dual saber or a backhand, or even if they're using one of the forms with quicker attack speed, you are going to struggle to even land any hits before you're dead. So if you are anything other than a literal leaderboard player, I would personally steer clear of this particular form. However, if you do really want to master it, feel free to give it a go, but expect a lot of practice and a lot of deaths before it works for you. Style 5, or the Cyan form, is very good. It's well balanced across all areas, which makes it one of the favoured forms for players at all stages of the game. It has a slightly higher attack and lower defense than the dark blue form, but to anyone other than a completely new player this is only a positive. The real question is, which is better, this or the yellow form? To answer that question quickly, you have to compare the stats to your personal playing style. As you can see, yellow is more attacking oriented, whereas Cyan is slightly more defensive. So if you like to run around killing everyone you meet, then yellow is probably better, but if you prefer to hold a specific position on the map and defend against attackers, then I personally would go for Cyan. As I mentioned before, if you are completely new, do go for the dark blue form, but anywhere after 500 to 1000 kills, these are the two forms that you should be looking at. Finally, we have style 2, or the purple form. This is a slightly more balanced version of the red form, so if you are working up to mastering the most aggressive of the playstyles, this is like the training wheels to get you started. I would never recommend using this, to be honest, but at the end of the day it is up to you to choose, and if you think you want to try and give it a go right ahead. Once these forms have been mastered they are almost unstoppable. And that is all the information about forms that you will ever need. You now have an advantage over the majority of players in the game, so go out there and get them. If you have any questions, video ideas, or anything to say at all, drop it in the comments below. You already know that I reply to every single one of you. I now feel like I have earned the right to ask you to subscribe, so please do. Also, join my clan in Saber Showdown. I have some big plans for the future and they all rely on having a decently big clan. So do me a favour and go ahead and join it. And remember to set it as your primary. Thank you very much for watching. Above all, I hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. But this is DubR signing off. Peace out.